Mutual aid has always been a fundamental value in the work that we do. Historically, we've never had an event where we didn't feed all the people for free or we didn't always make everything accessible. This has always been a value of ours. It's what we live by. And, when we think about even the term mutual aid, that was coined at the turn of the century in, around 1900. But the truth is that this is actually the way humans are supposed to live. It's what we know of what our ancestors has always lived. Indigenous peoples across the world have always lived this way. My survival is your survival and yours is mine. My liberation is yours and yours is mine. And that collectivism is what mutual aid is all about. And that is what is so powerful. And when we think about one of the greatest tools against fascism, it is this, because fascism teaches individuality, and that's how they have control. And so mutual aid is one of the greatest tools that we can use to be able to combat those narratives of individualism, of, pull your own self up by your bootstraps, because that's not real. Humans have always needed to live in this way of mutuality. And this is what's so important about the way that we do our work. And, we think about our elders and our ancestors who have gifted us tools of the movement. And even the Black Panther Party talked about the free breakfast program was one of the most impactful things that they did. And I talk about that even still today. The work that we do in mutual aid is more powerful than a lot of the other tools that we do, like community defense and Cop Watch and all of the other tools. And because it's so transformative and it's always in love. And we talk about solidarity, not charity. And embodying those kinds of values into the work, this is how we've been able to sustain. So we founded Albuquerque Mutual Aid. We were five organizers sitting around the table in March of 2020, trying to figure out how are we going to respond to all of these messages in our inboxes from community members telling us they can't get food, they can't get diapers, they don't feel safe, they're sick, they can't get to the store. And this was our us thought partnering. And we said, let's pull all our resources together of what we can, and we'll do the best we can to try to meet people's needs. And it was Moneka, I, and some young people. And we sat around and we helped to create and co-found Albuquerque Mutual Aid. And our very first day of distro was 11 care packages that went out, and it was small and mighty and beautiful. But every day it grew. And the more and more people saw the power and the ways that they could engage, is so much more about how it's blossomed into what it is today. And I think one of the most, and I'm going to turn it over to Monica in a second here, but one of the most important things that we led with is creating a liberated space. Albuquerque Mutual Aid is a liberated space. We are practicing being free in this space. We are practicing abundance. We are practicing self-determination. And when we embody those core values into the space and non-hierarchy, right? So doing all of the values that are in resistance to supremacy culture of individualism and power hoarding and hierarchy and paternalism and patriarchy, like we resist all of those things. And so when we embody those kind of liberated spaces, and anybody who comes in there can feel that